Okay. So for those of you who don't know me already, right, my name is Femi Mano and I'm appointment setter and I also sell digital products online. Now, how I basically made my first 5K with appointment setting. Now, this was like over 2 years ago. I think it's crossing over 2 years ago. With appointment setting. By the way, that was not my first time I made $5,000 online, and actually done a lot of businesses before. But let's actually jump straight into how I made my first 5K. Right now, currently I run over six groups with over 70,000 members across on Facebook. And this is one common question. People are trying to make their first money, right? Some people are coming from other industries, but trying to get the online space and make money, it's kind of hard. So I'm actually going to show you exactly how I made my first 5K. This is $5,000 or 5,100 and something dollars. If you actually like, if I could, put in a calculator, it's like 10 sales, right? I'm definitely going to break it down. So 10 sales for $500, right? For $500 was around like was it basically was like $500. Basically, give you like $5,000. So 10 sales, $500. They won over basically $500. So there were 10 sales at $1,000. I was getting like $500 commission. Now, before I jump into the back of story of how I was actually getting $500 commission, the current offer I'm actually working on as an appointment that I'm getting paid as high as 20% commission, right? I always tell people appointment setting is not a job. If you treat it like a job, you get paid minimum wage, right? You need to actually treat it like a partnership. Now, this is me coming from a country that actually earns 40. Let me just pop up my face a little bit, right? Let me just increase the size of my face. Yeah. So this is me coming from a country where the minimum wage is okay. I think I need to type, so I have to reduce my face. Okay, this is me coming from a country where the minimum wage is $45. I was on a call with someone the other day, and he asked me, how's it like in Nigeria? Like, what's the standard of living? And I was like, in Nigeria, right where I come from, the minimum wage in this country is $45. I mean, $45. So if you're making $1,000 in the US right now or wherever, and you feel like you're shit, okay, I'm not supposed to use words like that on YouTube. You feel like you're not going anywhere, you should actually know that there's someone down in some countries making $45 a month. By the way, this is $45, not $45 a day, $45 a month. I mean, it's still the current minimum wage as of today. You could definitely Google it. Let's actually Google it and actually show you, right? What's the minimum wage in Nigeria, right? It shows $43. It was recently increased to 70K, previously 30K. And when it was 30K, the naira, the dollar rate was low, so you can actually see it. It's $43. So not capping, it's basically $43. You get. So how did I actually go from making that to going as high as making 5K? Right? And I made this within like 2 months, basically within 2 months. Now, and basically break down the process. I was first a funnel designer. You actually get the story. I was first a funnel designer. I was basically building funnels for businesses, doing funnel design and stuff like that. And then I got a client who needed to a booking call funnel, right? Then I was trying to do research on how I could get more clients for myself. That was when I actually got this client. And then I found out something, basically. Now, from what I was actually doing, most like basically for me to get clients, I had to basically create contents. Basically, let me show you the flow, right? I first have to create contents, like make posts, right? So make posts, send DMs. So I'll send DMs to people, then I'll actually interact and qualify, then set them on appointments, right? Do appointment setting, let's just put setting. Then after the setting, I will actually book them on a call, right? Book call, right? Then I'll hop on the call, right? After I hop on the call, I'll have to like close the prospect. Then I will still fulfill the service. This is a lot of work. Definitely, if you don't have a system and a whole automation in place, this is a lot of work, right? But this was all I was doing to get clients. I was like, there should be an easy process to actually get clients because this was too long. Then I found out that, okay, I could get people that will help me do this 4 sets, right? This whole side. There are people that can actually do it for me. And there's still people that will actually do this side for me. And all I had to do was focus on this, right? I was like, oh, this is a no brainer. Let me go hire an appointment setter. And I quickly found out that it was the wrong move. Like I always tell people, right, that care to listen, appointments setters. Let's actually make this red. I need to make this red because it's a sound warning to anyone watching this video. Right? Appointment setters and closers do not fix a business. The only skill was working. So if you do not have something that is working, right, they can't really scale it. Now, while doing my funnel design business, I wasn't making $445, by the way. Now, while actually doing my funnel design business, I actually went from because from this, I actually started selling digital products, right? From digital products. So basically, let me show you my journey. So let's actually go below this. Let me actually show you my journey. So I started selling digital products, right? So going from making $45 a month, I actually started selling digital products online, and I found out basically I was selling it to people in my country. So I was making anywhere around $100, right? I'm making like $100. You might feel, oh, I was making double the minimum wage. And then I actually went into marketing and service. So I switched audience and started providing it to foreign clients, right? So same stuff, but I actually added digital service. So digital products. And now I was actually doing digital products and digital service, right? So digital products and service. And this actually scaled me to 500 to like $1,000 because I think I got my first clients for $1,000. Right, I got my first client for $1,000. So this came into like 500 to $1,000, and $1,000 was not really consistent, but I got a couple of months. Now from this, I actually went into funnel design, right? So I went into funnel design. So I added funnel design to all this whole system, right? So actually just put this here, and so I went for digital products, digital and service, and funnel design, right? So when I actually went into funnel design, this actually took me well to the mark of actually earning like $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Wasn't really consistent. Sometimes I actually didn't get any clients, right? Sometimes I didn't really get any clients. So it was really around $1,000 to like 1,500, but most of the time $1,000. And wasn't really consistent. Some months I wouldn't get any clients, right? Some months I wouldn't get a client, maybe 2, 3 months I wouldn't get any clients. But making $1,000, I've definitely made like some people's 3 year wages, right? Down from where I come from. Now, after that, I started doing like basically when I actually was trying to find more clients, people that actually help me do all this parts, all this process, or help me with all this process, help me with this section and help me with this section. Then I started to hire a couple of setters, right? I was like most business owner when they try starting out and join my groups on Facebook, and they try to hire a setter because they try to hire a setter. So some months I will get clients and stuff like that. But when I actually decided to hire a setter, I had a couple of setters. I think I had like 2, 3 setters. I felt like even if I get a lot of setters, I could definitely book calls for my funnel design business. But I quickly found out that Appointment setters and closers do not fix a business. They only scale what is working. So I didn't really had a consistent way of getting clients for my business. So what did I do? I did what anyone else would do. I decided to shut down my whole agency, right? Sometimes I basically could stay for 3 months, no clients, but I had a lot of money to live on, right? I could just definitely just live on I could just definitely just live on that. But I was like, I needed to start getting consistent clients because imagine me getting a client every month, even if it's for $1,000, I've actually made $12,000 in a year, right? But me actually scaling up to 5K definitely was actually a game changer. So what did I do? I decided to, okay, why do I need to create content, do all this stuff when I can actually just do one side? Now let's actually get back to these top parts. Now, I was actually running all this stuff for my business, right? I was actually running all this stuff for my business, creating content, doing all this stuff. But I then found out that I could actually just be in one section of this whole process and still make crazy amount of money. This section. I then found out that there were people that were sending leads to booking calls on a funnel I built and making anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month, right? So I saw that setters were making around 3K to 5K a month, basically monthly, right? Now, this was years ago, right? And it didn't really click in my head when I decided to go and hire setters. But when I actually got stuck, I was like, okay, I think I need to do this. Because imagine you're selling a product that costs like $2,000, right? Imagine you're selling a product that costs $2,000. Selling the product costs $2,000. The product costs $2,000. For you to actually make 2 grand, you just need to get 10 book calls, 10 qualified calls that close. So you can actually book in 20 calls. So you book in, let's say you book in 30 calls. And if you book in 30 calls, that's like one call a month. Sorry, a day, right? And booking one call a day was super easy. But when you're actually having all to do all this stuff for your business, especially when your business has to do with building stuff, which like funnel design, it takes a lot of time to actually go back into the whole contents, sending DMs, interacting and stuff like that. But if I had to just book one call a day, right? And that's 30 calls and just have 10 of them close. So 10 close deals, right? So set 10 set close and all are actually PIFs. And by PIF, what is PIF? Pay in full. If all are PIFs, I'm actually going to make an easy 2 grand. Right? That's if it's a 10% commission. If it's not 10% commission, I'm going to make like $1,000. Easy. And I was like, just by booking calls, right? So I could be earning anywhere from 1,000 to $2,000. Basically to $2,000. That's all I just needed to do. Book calls. And I was like, okay, this is where I need to be. Now basically, how did I actually make my first $5,000? Then I tried as most of you guys tried. If you've not watched my video on how to find a client, go watch it. I basically tried at that time. I basically did not implement the same system I was using to find clients as a funnel designer. I decided to do all I could, join groups. At that time, it was very easy to find clients. By the way, let me tell you, it was very easy. Facebook was super easy to find clients at that time. It was not flooded with a lot of crazy stuff right now. How is it in the space? But all I did was to find a couple of clients and I landed my first gig. The person gave me their social media and I had to use it to book calls. Now, I basically fastly found out that if any problem happens, especially not all business owners does this, but if any problem happens with the business owner's profile when you're using it to do outbound, you're to blame because you said you know what you're doing. Then I decided to go back to the drawing board. This is months of making no dime. I went back to the drawing board and I was like, how can I actually make my first money? right? How can I actually show people that I know what I'm doing? I have two strategies. I'm going to create a separate video showing you how I actually got a client to book in calls for them. But the first strategy I did, right? The first strategy I did was to find a client that was selling a product that cost $1,000. Sorry, the product was costing $500, right? The product cost $500 because each person I actually reached out to was actually discriminating and stuff like that. And I didn't really have like the stuff to show them. Yeah, I could actually tell you I was booking clients for myself, but that was like one client a month, right? But I was like, okay, let me find a client that actually sells something. So I found a client that sells something using my skill set in creating digital products, right? By the way, I was doing appointment setting, but I didn't really know what it was called. So all I needed to do was to find a client that was actually selling digital products, right? So the client had a product that cost $500. It was a course, right? And I made sure the client had a VSL, a public VSL, right? Now the client had a public VSL. And what I did, right, kind of not ethical, but I wanted to make money. What I did was to take the video off the VSL. I took the video, downloaded the video, right? And what I did was to find clients, right? I created like a small ebook and stuff like that. Created a small ebook. I'll go to groups and be like, hey, I have this stuff. I have this 10 ways to actually lose weight. If you're basically, right? 10 ways to lose weight or 5 things to actually stay in shape. I was just giving out free stuff. Now, people will come into my DM, then my skill and appointment setting will kick in. Oh, by the way, here's your free stuff. By the way, how has your journey been? Started a conversation with them. And I started interacting with people that way, and then I will send them a video. But like, okay, I have a free stuff to send you, just a 10 minutes video. Check it out, get back to me, let me know. And once they actually check it out, you're interested, what I did was they pay me. It was kind of like drop servicing, but I was implementing appointment setting, right? It was like drop products, right? Or is it drop courses? I'll actually say, right? So they will actually pay me $1,000. I was actually charging high, right? First client I charged like, I think first client I charged was like 600, 700. I found out, oh, got another client that increased. I was charging people like $1,000 and pocketing $500. And guess what? I didn't need to provide the service, right? So I was making as high as 50% commission. Now, the business owner was getting sales, but they never knew where the business sales was coming from. And how did I actually end up getting a job? I then messaged the business owner and I was like, dude, I'm the one that brought you XYZ amount of sales, right? It's a crazy way to penetrate any business. If you find a business that has a high ticket product, they're selling like a 2, 3, 5 grand product, and they have a low ticket offer, find a way you can get them a couple of sales. You've basically, like, if you're an appointment setter, that's like for copywriters, you could write your copy. For funnel designers, you could design your funnel, because that's what I did, right? When I was doing funnel design, I'll create a free template, send it to these guys, give them something for free, and in exchange, they will want to work with me, hop on a call with me, right? And I try to close them. That was the system I was using for my funnel design. So I implemented the same system, get them a couple of sales, reach out to them. It was crazy, but I got them a couple of sales that it became a business for me, right? So I get them a couple of sales for their business, but I wasn't in negotiation with them, right? So I basically charged the clients because the product was so good, like it was so good, right? That it could be run for $1,000. I sold it for $1,000, made $500 commission. So like 10 sales. So now you get where the 10 sales, right? 10 sales at $500 commission, right? I was the one paying myself a commission, right? 10 sales at $500 commission would definitely equal, that's 5 grand, right? So you're wondering where the 100 and something dollars came. I told you I was still selling digital products, right? So, um, so that's like 5 grand. Easy. And how much did I bring the business? 5K. There's no one, imagine you took her to a business and be like, hey, hire me. Here's this 5K. You don't need to train me. I've actually done all the training. All right, but hire me. Like the business were actually, they were paying me to work for them. basically, right? That was the whole system. It was super easy. Found a business that had a very good offer, an irresistible offer. I sold it up front, made commissions on the back end, and actually ended up booking calls for them. Transition to another offer and transition to another offer, right? I definitely run that business to a certain point. At a particular month, I actually did like 15 grand, right? From actually selling products that were not mine, right? And all I had to do was only this part. By the way, I was doing outbound appointment setting, which is what I always tell people. Outbound appointment setting is too underrated. You do not have limitation and restrictions to the amount of people you can talk to every single day. Your only obligations with outbound appointment setting is booking call. Is being in the DM, right? Your only obligation is with outbound appointment setting is booking calls. So whatever way you use doesn't really matter. You just need to book high qualified calls. Now, this same system works. I mean, this same system works. If you find a business owner, you don't need to like do it crazy. If you're very good and you know what you're saying, find a business owner. He has a calendly. Make sure the calendly has qualification questions. If he has qualification questions that qualifies this prospect, book in 5 high qualified calls. Follow up with the prospect so they actually hop on these calls. And if they close, do not actually request a sale. Go back to the business owner and be like, "Hey, dude, I booked you 5 calls. You actually saw Michael come into your business, right? Andre came into your business. Michelle came into your business. All these calls were booked by me. Send them the screenshots of the conversation. If you do not land a sale, come back and dislike this video. Basically, come back and dislike this video. It's super easy. So this is basically the whole system of how I actually went from the country making $45 a month to making as high as 5 grand a month. It's easy. It's not rocket science. It's super easy. So if you want to work with me, by the way, if you want to work with me, I'm releasing a new course this Black Friday. If you want to actually get access to it, I'm going to be teaching you exact system on how to find businesses to land as high quality clients, where you can actually have high quality clients, and also how to make an extra income on the side, even without getting hired. Just click on the link in the description. You get access to my to get access to the sales channel. I'm going to be giving a crazy discount on Black Friday. But another thing, if you want to get access to the Uber of sales positions, I usually call it the Uber of sales positions. It's a platform that connects you to other positions. If you want to get access to it, click on the link in description. By the way, I'm giving access to a free course. You can check the description. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe.